Rahul, thanks for inviting me and the introduction. And of course, very interesting questions. Actually, you've got me thinking, but I think I should be able to respond. One, in the strategic space, we must understand for decades, India was the only Asian country that was operating an aircraft carrier group. An aircraft carrier is like a monarch of the seas it operates in. It's not alone. It has a whole group of ships, frigates, even submarines that accompany it, that go along with it. So it's a massive punch you pack in. Alfred Thayer Mahan, the eminent maritime strategist of the US, had talked about this concept, and which is why the Americans still have 11 aircraft carrier groups. And this gives them bases in the sea close to an adversary. You know, when the Chinese were sort of bearing down on us and on the LAC, it was not a coincidence that America had 3 aircraft carrier groups and 1 helicopter carrier group floating around the Chinese coastline, messaging that you can go thus far and no further. And therefore, I see the importance of the aircraft carrier. I mean, to me, it is a given. The other aspect is, why are the others in the high seas around us? There is the Quad grouping. They are coming in with their aircraft carrier groups. Even the British have put in their aircraft carrier group. The French for long have maintained something in Réunion, which is an island which is just next to Madagascar. And the French also see the Indian Ocean as their territory because they have an island territory there. And the Chinese have got into this game late, but they're moving, as they always do, in a rapid pace. I don't know if they still have the capabilities of our Navy, because I have spent time on the aircraft carrier several years ago. I spent a week. And I learned through the captain that the Americans and the NATO countries have given a certification to our Navy to say that our people, our Navy operates to NATO standards. That is the highest standard that any Navy can hope to achieve at this point of time. The second aspect is, why is this area becoming crowded? You see, between the Gulf region, via the Straits of Malacca, and right up to Japan, this has perhaps the maximum amount of economic related shipping activity. And therefore, the aircraft carrier, like the rest of the Navy, and Admiral Nama will educate us more on that, can provide us a certain security for our economic activity via the sea. 90% of our trade comes in from the sea. And the Navy also has to look after that. So if you're going to just sit on the islands in Laccadives and in the Andamans, you can only do that much. So it gives you a base right close to your adversary's front line. I'm not going to mince words, but if you want to hit Pakistan, like we hit Pakistan on 4th December 1971, then getting close with a platform like this can make all the difference. It can carry up to 36 aircraft, if I remember correctly, and at least 20 or more camo helicopters, which are maritime reconnaissance and logistics and other things, and even mine seekers that go on the platform. It has 2 massive areas which are the size of 2 football fields. Can you imagine 2 football fields floating in the sea, plus everything else that goes with it? 60 meters high. That is as high as probably any skyscraper in Delhi or Gurgaon. So, you know, it is a massive platform. The messaging it gives, I'm telling you, it makes your adversaries very nervous. The second aspect about the aircraft carrier is, if you know how to expand the punch strategically through the aircraft carrier group, that is to your friends in the Gulf countries, to your adversaries closer home, and to the Chinese. And let me tell you, I have maintained, and I can be corrected by the senior officers who both I know and I respect, that we have an advantage in the waters around India, even today vis-a-vis China. You want the pressure away from China on the Himalayas. You use the Navy to pressurize them here and the Straits of Malacca and elsewhere. And the Chinese still need a few years to catch up with our Navy. So the Navy is the arm of the future. I, being an army man like General Malik, have my sentimental attachment to the olive greens. But let me tell you, we have to pitch in where the country can make a difference. And the country can make a difference to its neighborhood through the Navy. The territorial part of guarding our front line will always be a responsibility. But what the Navy can do through resources is remarkable, what they've achieved now. And it's, the first home-built aircraft carrier. We've been building ships, we've been building submarines, but building an aircraft carrier is a technological ability that you've exhibited to the world that you are second to none.